Okay, I was asked to do a video by a couple people to help with worksheet 16, and here we are. And did some programming and I made some screenshots. So basically it's screenshots and I get to talk about them while you look at them. For the clock program, timer set for seconds, non-retentive, so it's going to reset. I did the thing where my set point is DS1. In order to get these to work, or any timer or any counter that you will see, you have to go in and put a value in for DS1. By default, it's 0. So if you don't put in values, it will not work. You can manually, when you set up the program, put in fixed values for DS1, which might be okay on a clock because your values aren't going to change, but it's up to you. It's free running, so when T1 gets done, this will go false, it will reset, and it will just start over. So this will time for 60 seconds if your DS1 is set for 60. And then also when it's done, it will increment the minutes counter. So every minute, your minutes counter will get incremented. When your minutes counter gets to 60, or whatever the DS2 is set at, should be 60, it will reset itself back to 0, and it will increment the hours counter. And the hours counter will, if it's set for 24, will go until it gets to 24, in which case it will reset itself. Pretty straightforward. I asked that it be settable. So what I did is I went in, I used X1 and X2 in the up rung for the minutes and the hours counter. So I don't have to wait for this timer to count to 60. I can just push a button and it would increment the counter. And I can increment this one. So I can only adjust it one way, but I can adjust it up, and that's good. And if you write a program based on my outputs, I think you'll have to use something other than X1, X2, I don't remember. Or if X2 is normally closed, you'd have to use the examine off. So I'm just trying to show you the form. You'll have to go in and figure out the specific details. So that gets you a counter that counts, or a clock, if you will. These 3 rungs give you a working 24-hour clock that you can now set. So regardless of where it starts, you can go in and update its values. Again, I can't reiterate enough, DS1, 2, and 3 will have to have some values in it other than 0 in order for it to work properly. Okay. So now what I want is an output on for 15 seconds at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And you can do this with pure logic as far as greater than, less thans, and all that. But probably the easiest way to do it is to utilize the latch and unlatch or set reset function in the PLC. Because if I take my CTD2, which is my hours counter, and I would expect comments in y'all's program, and it's equal to 15, which is a fixed number, and my minutes counter is equal to 0, so we're talking 3 o'clock, 0, 0, 0 seconds. This is only going to be true 1 second per day, or 1 second per clock cycle, if you will. Once it's true, it turns on my output Y1, and my Y1 output will remain on even if this continues to move, which it will. And this will immediately, almost in the next second, it'll be false, but this will stay on. And it will stay on until we get to CTD equal 15. Again, my minutes are 0 and my seconds are now 15. As soon as it sees 15, 0, 15, it will turn off. And it will stay off until 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 45 seconds later when this becomes true again. So that's a pretty easy way to do the logic. And then what if I wanted it to be on from 9:05:0 to 10:15:15? I can use the same logic. In fact, I cut and pasted these rungs, pasted these two rungs down as these two rungs, and then just went in and modified the time values by double clicking on them. I can't really show you what it looks like, but it's pretty easy to figure out. So that gives me a working clock, and it gives me two outputs when I want it. And I think the next slide is for the next video. Yes. Okay. I'll make a video on help for worksheet 17, and that will be my next video. Thank you for watching.